Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a short little episode of the Girl Get Up podcast. I am your host, the Aquarian Chancellor, aka Miss C. Jones. And this is the podcast where I share branding strategies with you, aspiring business owners, to help you showcase your brand and get in front of an audience who is ready to support you. Okay, so that is the purpose of my podcast. Now, today want to come on to, I want to answer a comment about, I want to answer a comment about, well, it was in reference to the French Montana short that I posted up yesterday. Okay, but before I get there, I just want to let you guys know that on Sunday, my little rest is over. On Sunday, I will be posting a new interview to, well, you guys will see it on YouTube as well, but on Spotify, iHeart, and Apple Podcasts. My rest is over. So I am going to finish out the rest of season 7, and then I'm going to go on another short break because I am in the middle of rebranding myself. Just a couple of things. I'm not going to get too far away from what I'm already doing, but listen, if you're not growing, you already know the opposite of that. So I want to implement a few tweaks, but like I said, this all in growth. So I wanted to, go ahead and get that all on the table. So if you see some different things, trying different things for the podcast and for YouTube. But I do appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, subscribing to my channel, and yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so back to the comment. Yesterday, I posted up a short about French Montana not getting paid for his song Unforgettable. Now, Unforgettable, just to rehash what it was about, what the short was about. Unforgettable was recorded by Sway Lee and French Montana. The song went global. However, French Montana stated in an interview with Drink Champs that he didn't get any money for the interview. I see it's a little lagging. I might have to stop this. But anyway, so somebody put a comment, and I didn't think it was facetious. I thought it was actually a great question. The comment was, so what was it? So how did the doing the song propel him in, into other opportunities? I don't know exactly who the person is. I don't think it's necessary to call them out. I actually thought it was a great question because that's a great question. Let me go ahead and talk about what he's done first, and then I'll get into why it is a very common practice for people to do things and not get paid for it. But since French Montana has done the song, he has been on. How did that happen? Since he's done the song, I wrote my notes. He has been on the cover of Forbes here in America and also in Morocco. Now his country or his, I don't want to say his nationality or his country of origin is Morocco. So I don't know if that's his parents. I don't know if he was born over there. I mentioned that because sometimes we may not catch wind of what artists or public figures may have going on in the background as far as business is concerned. If his country of origin is somewhere else, he might do stuff for that country over there we may never hear about. So I just wanted to make that known. But he was on the cover of Forbes for here in America and in Morocco. Not only that, he has his own music label. It's called the Coke Boys. I've heard of it. You know, that's their thing. You know, I just report the news. But so he has a music label. He also has a documentary coming out that will be featured on Paramount, and it's about an immigrant family that from the Bronx. So that is also coming out. And then he also has a partnership with Monster Energy Ultra for a energy drink. So he got a couple of things going on. I thought it was a great question to ask because truthfully, I have not seen him much in the media. And come to find out, he was going through a lawsuit in 2025, allegedly, according to sources, uh, about some stolen jewelry or something like that. And of course, he has a highly publicized engagement with a princess, allegedly. So, I mean, I haven't seen him that much, so it would be a logical thought to say, because we see artists today and then we don't see them no more. And, we would think that they are a one hit wonder. But what we don't know is the stuff that they do behind the scenes in the community that we never hear about. So, okay. Another example of someone who recently did a show without getting paid for it was Bad Bunny. His Super Bowl performance, he did not get paid for that. However, his travel from wherever he came from, who knows? Because he travels he performs all over the world. So his travel here to the Super Bowl to perform was paid for, and also a couple of other perks that come with being the Super Bowl or the halftime show performer. As y'all can tell, I am not a sports person, but I'm here to cover the news. So he did not get paid for that. But according to Spotify records, during the performance, his catalog shot up 470%. So it's really all about the visibility. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when I wrap this up. But in addition to that, he had a shoe that is going to be released or has already been released since his performance with Adidas. So it is the visibility, okay, that you don't necessarily have to get paid for songs or performing in an arena full of millions of people. You have to get in front of the people. Once you get in front of the people, whether you are telling your story or whether you are performing, you have a talent, people are then that's going to naturally pique people's interest to say, who is this person? Let me look into their background. Who are they? What are they about? So it does you having the visibility can be more important than the money. Okay, so when I first started out doing business, I have done a lot of things for people and vice versa. People have done things for me. Even with the podcast, people do not pay me the majority of the time for being on my show. Now, as I have become more established in podcasting, there are certain things that you can monetize with your show. Okay, so keep that in mind. Looks like I froze again. So keep that in mind because it's all about the opportunity that getting, being in front of an audience provides you. You never know who is sitting in the audience. You never know who somebody's sister, who somebody's brother, who somebody's manager is. So always when you are out and you're promoting your business, you're promoting your products and your services, always come with that in your mind. Already knowing, show up already knowing somebody here is going to be just the thing that I need to turn my business around, or turn my situation around, going from unseen to seen. So, um, let me see. Yeah, I thought it was a great question. Um, like I said, podcasting is one of, I would say, for me, it would be one of the most, I gotta choose my words carefully. I want to say it was one of the most influential ways to get your feet wet. If you are a business owner and you are looking for new ways to promote your business and you have never been on a public platform before, podcasting is the perfect way to kind of get your feet wet and kind of get out there a little bit. What you're going to do is, and this is from experience and working with some of the people that I have worked with in the past, a lot of them have put their interview up on their website. If you have a email list, you're going to send your interview to your email list. So not only is that bringing awareness to, of course, your business or whatever, what you have going on, but you're also like those people who visit your website, those people it's going to bring traffic to your website. That's what you're looking for, point blank, period. You want the traffic. You want the traffic. You want the opportunities that it's going to bring. You want the new faces. It's going to be the way that you build your community, period. So are you going to do things for free? Yes, you're going to do things for free. If you are a business owner and you can, almost 9 times out of 10, you've done some stuff for free. Now, how long you do it and who you do stuff for is going to change, because you ain't gonna do stuff for everybody for free. Okay. Or you're not going to, otherwise, you won't have a business. You might as well be a volunteer. I've done that too. But I mean, bottom line is you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision for yourself. You have to have a vision for your business. You have to have a vision for your brand. Okay. So when any opportunity, whether it's free or paid, comes up and it is not in alignment with the vision or the plan that you have for yourself or for your brand, the answer is going to be no. But if it's in alignment and you can see other opportunities present itself from that one thing, for French Montana, it was the unforgettable song. For Bad Bunny, it was him performing at the halftime show. Okay. What that looked like for me was when I first started my podcast, I'm jumping in Facebook groups, I'm jumping on LinkedIn, and I'm introducing myself in the DMs. Hey, my name is dot 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 dot. I got a podcast. Dot 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 dot. I'm seeing what you're doing on social media. Ding, social media is important. If you have a business, you want to be visible. You want to be posting, because you have people like me who need people on their show and they're looking at what you got going on. Hey, I see that you wrote a book. I see that you service this type of customer base. That is my clientele over here on my podcast. Would you mind coming on my show and sharing with my audience who you are and what you do? That is the importance of visibility. Am I going to pay you? Probably not. Nine times out of 10, I won't pay. However, I have an audience all over the world. The Girl Get Up podcast has an audience in 33 countries. Okay. So that is the benefit of being on a public platform. That is the benefit of working for free sometimes. Now, I just had something in my mind about that working for free. Oh, what I was about to say is, even if it's a paid opportunity, sometimes the paid opportunities don't be good, what you need to be participating in. So you just have to have a plan. Know what your plan is, work the plan. Work the plan. Yeah, that was it. I just wanted to answer that one question. That's it. But Bad Bunny performed yesterday or at this on Super Bowl Sunday. I don't watch sports, so but his catalog went up for 470% on Spotify. I've heard of Bad Bunny before. I've never seen him perform. I've just heard of him on awards show. So now, because he performed and he performed for free, I know who he is now. French Montana sold 12 million copies of Unforgettable. 12 million people now know he is. Before that, he was somebody from New York. I don't want to call him I was about to say it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. But I'm just saying, you get the point. Get out there, talk to people, introduce yourself, tell people who you are and get better in time. It gets better in time. Like even now, this is like probably one of the worst lives, if I could get my tongue right. One of the worst lives in my book because I have an expectation in my mind of how things are supposed to go. Does it necessarily work out that way? No. But guess what? When you continue to keep putting your face out there and continue to keep talking to people, talk about what you do, why you do it, why it's important, it gets easier over time. I remember when before I even got on social media, I started really getting my face out there and talking to people doing pop-up shops. And it was so unnerving because I am not a public speaker. I did not like getting up in front of people and talking to people and sharing at that time I had a career strategies workbook. I did not want to talk to people about that. I'm just saying in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I got these workbooks. Hold on, wait a minute. I got one right here. I got my workbooks. It's some good information in here to help you and your youth prepare for the workforce, right? Because when I first started my program, or when I first started out here on these internet streets, I was doing career services, personal branding, resume writing, right? And I'm like, okay, this is so good. I got a lot of great feedback from it, you know. And I'm like, okay, who in the world is not going to want to talk about careers with their youth, right? So I'm out doing my pop-ups and stuff like that. And everybody would come to my table and everybody would come talk to me and everybody would put their name on my email list. But when it came to purchasing the workbook, I noticed they wasn't paying for information. They were paying for stuff that they can hold in their hand. So that means that if you had a business and you was doing candles, if you was doing body butters and all of that other stuff, you was killing it. But what I did walk away from, which was priceless, I had email on top of email on top of email on top of email. So when I started doing my webinars, my career strategies webinars, guess what I had? I had people that was popping up because, oh, I got your email. So I say again, it's not necessarily about the money. You just need an audience to talk to. You need to get in front of people. And everybody is not going to like you. Everybody's not going to buy from you. Everybody is not going to support you. But the goal is to continue to keep showing up in new places. New places. So you're going to collaborate. You're going to engage in partnership opportunities. You're going to show up on platforms that otherwise you would not visit. But you would have something to contribute, of course. There would be something there that would be in alignment with your brand. So I would think that's it. I don't need to beat that topic up. I don't need to beat it up. I think that's it. I thank you guys for joining me. I hope that answered the lady or gentleman's question. I don't want to call nobody out because I don't know if that's distasteful or not. I'm kind of new at doing the lives, but I hope that answered her question about what French Montana has been able to accomplish since the Unforgettable song, which I think has been quite a few things. So all right. So with that, I am out of here. Um Again, before I roll, my new let me get my words right. My new podcast episode is going to be dropping this Sunday. I am back from break. So the new episodes are going to be dropping. I will be celebrating officially 100 episodes very soon. So I'm proud of myself. It's been 2 years since I've been podcasting, and I have got to speak to so many amazing people. So many people that have done some amazing things and have been a part of history. So with that, I am out of here. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next episode.